Well, happy Flame Day, everybody. We are here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, back in the studio, and it's a wonderful day to be able to spend time with you. Uh, Tony and I are excited about tonight because we could not do this last Monday. We had promised that after Rings and Things, we would spend the next Monday or two, depending on how many questions are left, going through marriage questions that were left from Rings and Things. We had a jar of questions and they were deep questions. And so because the jar was so full and we had so many and they were good questions, it took a little longer than we expected to get through them. So we had to just let everybody know we'll have to finish the questions later. And so this is where we are. We are answering the questions that we promised to go over. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. So while we are getting ready to go through those questions, do us a favor. Say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're married or not married, if you're interested in these questions. If you're not married, you should watch them to prepare for marriage. I promise you. I'm going to have our runner do one thing because I don't know if we have the graphic. There is a copy of the marriage book on the side table. Can you grab that? So we're going to go over those questions today, and we're going to have a good time, and I promise you that it's going to be great. I hope you're ready, because I'm going to tell you right now, people were asking questions that were like, uh-oh. You had to take a deep breath before you started to answer, just in case. Just in case. But they were great questions, and if you missed Rings and Things, I guess you should probably, do you have you might have to mute the music. No, not this one. The other one that doesn't have that stripe. You might have to mute the music because last week we got a copyright.
We did?
Yeah, because you played the video and let the music play. So you may have to mute it while you play it. Or it's going to be
actually, it's not even
an issue. So I'd love for you to share the recap since we're doing Q&A from Rings and Things, because there were so many questions from Rings and Things and we didn't get a chance to finish them all. And thank you. So we're going to do that today, and we'll share more about what we have going on. You don't want to miss what's happening right now. There's a lot going on with Blue Flame. And Tony and Clareta Jackson. Thank you all for jumping in. Thank you all for watching live. We're going to show you this recap of Rings and Things and attempt to mute the audio so we don't get a strike on YouTube. Because I don't want to, you think you need help? I mean, you need to figure out how to mute the audio?
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, wow.
No, go ahead.
I have no idea how to do it. So I wish I could help. It's like, I don't know how to mute the audio.
Let's see.
It's going to be a great day. I hope you all are ready for these questions. I'm telling you right now, it's some good questions.
Oh, okay, here it is.
All right, he's getting ready to play this recap from Rings and Things, and then we'll be right back to start answering these questions live right now. We had an amazing time. If you missed it, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't want to miss 2027. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. You don't want to miss 2027. We're going to, but we can, if you, do I say that now or do we wait till the end? Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
So 2027, we will not be in PA. We will actually be doing this event from the Bahamas on a cruise with Royal Caribbean on the ship called Utopia of the Seas. You still have a few days, a little bit of time to register. So we'll talk about that at the end of today. But I'm telling you, you don't want to miss Rings and Things 2027. It's going to be amazing. So here we go. Jumping into these questions. Are you telling people, hey, how are you? Where are you watching from? I see a lot of people on tonight. Thank you so much for watching. You're going to start with the first question, Tony?
Let's start with it. Let's get to it.
Let's go.
All right, cool. So,
do you have your
first
glasses? How
question
you going
is,
to
I
read
don't.
questions without glasses?
Watch this. Live and in living color, healed in Jesus' name.
Okay.
C. Blind eyes come open.
They're not blind, but they're a little fuzzy.
Fuzzy eyes come clear. All right, so check this out. It says, how do you keep the person alone, and what can you do if it has died out? How do you keep the person or the passion? I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
How do you keep the passion alive, and what do you do if it has died out?
Okay. How do you keep the passion alive? And what do you do if it has died out? Who's answering this question?
You can start.
You want me to start?
Yeah, because women, usually that's a woman's situation. I don't want to say issue or problem.
I would say, well, no. See, the issue is women are more emotional most times in the common relationship. Every now and then you have a man who's a little more on the romantic side, emotional side. It's rare. But how do you keep the passion alive? And how do you do, what's the second part?
Okay, it says how to keep the passion alive, and what can you do if it has died out?
Oof. So we have, let me see what we have in the book here. I'm going to be honest. I want to know what we have in the book about passion. Yay. Ba, 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 ba. This is for current, I'm assuming this is for somebody that's already married.
Yes.
So the first thing I'd say, and this is one of the things we have on page number 17, it says effective communication. Effective communication is always going to be the number one key to resetting when it comes to passion. And I'm not talking about just talking, because you can say the wrong thing and ruin the whole idea of rekindling missing passion. But it's the things you don't always say out of your mouth that rekindle the passion, in my estimation, according to A Love That Lasts by Tony and Clareta Jackson. It is important that you learn to communicate not just with your mouth, but with your entire body. Communicate with signals, not attitude. Because a lot of times, I'm going to tell you, I have been at the place, especially early on in our marriage, where I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know what my body needed. I didn't know how to tell you what I like, because I didn't even know what I like. So the key for me to ensure that passion even gets to the beginning, before not just bringing it back, but even getting it started, is to begin to not have an unhealthy expectation that you know what I need. Therefore, there must be some type of communication of what the desire and the need is, not from a space of anger or frustration. Because if you say, you don't touch me anymore, and I don't understand why you're not, if it's coming from there, he's not going to want to even participate because it's not coming from a place of, I guess, a genuine
It's
place.
not a safe place.
It's not a safe place.
It's very combative.
Yes.
And the short answer for me would be very intentional
Right.
with all things.
Right.
Have lots of sex. And do it in a way where there is intimacy
Right.
involved in that. So learn, and that's what she was saying, like proper communication.
Yes.
Learn what she likes, learn what he likes.
Right.
Men are usually more simple in their desires. Women are just a little more complex because a lot of the intimacy begins in the brain. So you have to do things to stimulate her mind and
That's true.
And pique her desires that way. And then the action should be the secondary.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. This is something that I probably never really said out loud, but it's something that I realized when you said that intimacy starts in the brain for women. The woman has, and it could be an unhealthy expectation, but has an expectation for the man, not just in the bedroom, but in who he is as a man, who he'll become as a man. And when it looks like he's failing at those things, or he has no desire to do those things, it can also minimize her sensual desire for him. Mm-hmm. And I must say that I never really thought that out until now. We're sitting here answering these questions, and I realize, wait a minute, that affects your desire.
Yeah,
it really does.
When I'm moving in my in my gifting and who I am as an individual, most times is behind the keyboard, or even more so when I'm preaching. My wife is sexually stimulated. It is what it is. So when I'm playing the keyboard, when I'm singing, when I'm worshiping, when I'm out in the yard flexing my muscles, that sort of thing, then you know when you see those things from the movies, the women watching the guy carry the shingles up the ladder to the roof,
right?
Like,
it's the truth, though.
The truth, man. They like that stuff. So you got to do more of that stuff.
Do more of that stuff.
Okay.
Because
so we ain't gonna get to
okay, go ahead. Sorry. But I just wanted to say on the other end of the passion. So the communication, you have to say something, and you have to be, and don't wait and let it fester. Because that's a lot of times what happens is it fizzles out because you've waited too long to say something. Oh, it's been 2 weeks. Oh, it's been 6 weeks. Oh, it's been 3 months. Like, why are you waiting that long to say something? Say something way before it gets to where it's dried out. You know, make the initial, what's the word? And you be the initiator. You be the initiator. If it seems like, and it will help you make a decision on whether or not you have a good understanding of your spouse.
Listen. Tag your neighbor, tag your friend, tag your enemy, tag your wife, tag your husband. Tell them to watch this live, watch this podcast, because Pastor Tony and Pastor Clareta is getting down to the nitty gritty of how to get this thing going and keep it alive.
Keep your
Okay.
We have a book right now that's available. It's called A Love That Lasts. You can get it on Amazon. You can also. We'll be giving it away as a gift to those who actually sow into the ministry today. So either way it goes, you should get you a copy of that. We'd love to send it to you as a thank you, but either way,
okay,
it's available. So let's keep going.
So listen, guys, be intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Be intentional. Communicate. Know what she likes. Know what he likes. If you're the wife, know what he likes. If you're the husband, know what he likes. If nagging, what we consider nagging, or you just informing him that he forgot to take out the trash, if you want to be intimate that day, don't leave him. Give him a break that day.
Leave the trash. Leave the trash.
Leave the trash for tomorrow. If you want if you want some special treatment and you want your wife to really minister to her, start in the morning.
Yeah.
Love on her. Slap her on the hind part. I sent my wife, and these little things actually matter too. I guess you send intimate text certain ways once you get a certain age, but I sent her an article that says grabbing on the behind is good for your health. So I sent that to her. And then I sent a caption saying, I just want you to be healthy. All right, so next question.
Oh my gosh.
How do you stop your husband yucky habits?
Ooh, yucky habits.
You can't have a first response of oof every single question. Okay.
How do you stop your husband's? I would have to know what the yucky habits are.
Reggie,
is it like
you're married? You're not keeping nothing pimping no more. Okay. So let's continue.
Yucky. How to stop your husband's yucky habits? Would that be like nose picking or putting his underwear on the floor? Like I don't have a basis for what this yucky is. Drinking out of an old glass. I mean, I don't know what a yucky habit would be. So I really don't know how to answer that one.
Did I have a yucky habit that you had to help me shift out of?
It only happened once, and you apologize and say you'll never do it again.
Yeah, because that wasn't a habit.
It wasn't a habit.
That was just, I was dog tired.
Yeah.
And I remember because I'm a very hygiene conscious person.
Yeah, never. So if it's a yucky habit of getting into bed like with dirty socks on, or getting into bed after a long work day, sitting on the bed with outdoor clothes, like those are things that I cannot handle them. We will literally have a full blown argument if you sit in my bed.
She just informed me like, listen, honey, because sometimes I'll come in and sit on the bed with outdoor clothes or like, and you guys know because of our travel shenanigans, we were traveling a lot, and so she never had that problem now, but she got me earlier on in our marriage to stop and out of the habit of just coming in out of the house from the airport or wherever, bringing the germs of the world and putting them in the bed where we lay our head. So she just informed me that was bad and how nasty it was, and I agreed and I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So again,
right,
proper communication.
Proper communication. Next.
What do you feel when you feel young and your spouse feels old? What do you do when you feel young and your spouse feels old?
Oof. What do you do when you? I keep doing oof. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What do you do when you feel young and your spouse feels old? Well, goodness.
Chantel said, "Please and thanks." I'm thinking she's talking about those clothes. Take them clothes off.
Right.
Take them dirty clothes.
Reggie said he has OCD. When you feel young, you're okay. I'll give you that. There was a time. Okay, so my husband is a little bit older than me, just by 3 years, but I would consider his old when it comes to us, and how I would answer this would be from experience versus inexperience. So let me answer it from this perspective. My husband was unfortunately well experienced when we got married. He had been married before, and unfortunately that didn't last but 3 months. And so me coming into the marriage, I'm brand new, I'm fresh, I have no idea what to expect. I have no understanding of what intimacy is or what your intimate drive should be. And my expectation was probably way off when it came to what he would expect versus what I would expect, because I'm coming in with a young, uneducated, unexperienced mind as far as intimacy and relationship, relations. Okay. And him, he's experienced, and he was like, he didn't need to He didn't need consistent and constant contact. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to actually.
She has some catching up to do.
Wait a minute. No, let me. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I had to learn to communicate.
She was a virgin when we got married.
Okay, Tony.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I had to learn to communicate and let him know, because I actually got frustrated early on, really early on, because I was like, what level of, like, what is too much and what is not enough? Because I don't understand. I don't think we want the same things here. Like, you know, he would come home from work and be like, we'll deal with you tomorrow, you know, and go to bed, go to sleep. I'm like, boy, I've been here all day contemplating. And you,
waiting on me to hit the door. Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Home,
and he would be like, I'm tired. You know, we don't have to do, you know, nothing every day. And so to me, that was like, okay, so you gonna act like an old man who's all experienced, you know, and you don't have much need. So that was frustrating to me. So I had to learn to actually communicate, and then secondly, to back off, which is crazy to say, because
y'all going crazy in these comments.
I didn't know how to act. I didn't know what to want. I didn't know what was feasible or what was balanced. So that's how I was as a young mind versus a old mind, experienced mind. I had to actually just tell him what my need was, what my desire was, and we had to come to a happy medium.
Yeah, and then what also made that fun and more consistent on both of our parts. Like I started looking at it as, you know, I was still young, and although I had some experience, some prior experience, I didn't have a lot of experience. So, and understanding that all women aren't the same, all women don't like the same thing, was something that I actually had to learn.
Yeah. So
while learning that, and then us learning each other, our likes, our desires, or whatnot, we turned it into fun. We made it an adventure, you know, and we sometimes will close ourselves off and minister to each other all day.
Tony, no.
All night.
Stop.
Okay.
So one other thing I would say is I'm a person that likes to go on walks and do, you know, I'm more active. So when we first got married, I would be like, let's go on a walk. Let's go do this. Let's go outside. He's like, I'm a homebody. I don't like to go outside. I don't really do stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So that was an adjustment, and we had to find a happy medium. So what we learned to do was, he might take me somewhere where I can do more walking. We sit in the car for a little while and look at the water. Take me down to Belle Isle. You go ahead and walk a little bit. Well, I'm gonna sit right here by the water, you know. So we found
we would do things together. Like,
yeah. But if it was something that wasn't your cup of tea, because you weren't as athletic, what I would say, you know, at that point, I was walking 6 and 7 miles.
I play basketball.
I'm not talking about that.
I just didn't.
You
like
were older and you didn't like outside. You don't like the sun.
Well, who likes being burnt?
Me.
Scorched.
Me. I like to go and sit in the sun.
Well, let me
and drink a hot tea.
Let me rephrase that question. Let me reframe that question. That query. Who in their right mind, in their good mind, loves to be scorched by the sun? But anyway,
come on, Tony.
All right, so we found ways to make it work.
Yeah,
okay.
All right.
It is the end of the story. Like we were intentional, and we learned to be selfless.
That's the key, though. Yeah.
Like that's really one of the secret sauces to every single answer we're going to answer. You're going to find that we were selfless versus selfish, and we properly communicated our needs, our wants, our likes, our desires. Okay. How do you balance ministry and marriage?
So, your cousin said, how long have we been married? We just celebrated 26 years on March 4th.
Yeah.
So, and I was looking at pictures and I saw you at the wedding. It was like, look at Chantel.
Yeah.
So
we were there.
We had a lot of beautiful pictures. It was awesome. We just looked at a lot of them.
Okay, so how do we balance ministry and marriage? Really, I can't say that we do
How do we
because
balance it?
ministry,
We
marriage
kinda-
is our ministry. Like we minister to, like if we're not at home. Okay, so let's look at the word.
We have a level of balance
minister.
though, Tony.
A minister is a servant, right?
Yeah.
In its definition. So when we're not ministering on the pulpit or in front of people or to the body of Christ, we come home and we're ministers to each other.
Yes.
Whether it's in the Word of God, honestly, on the car ride home and to and fro, we're talking about the Bible, spiritual things, and what's next, what's the next assignment, what we need to do, what are we not doing, what do we need to adjust. And then when we get home and we find God in almost everything, whether it's a movie that we're watching together, and not to sound super deep or super spiritual, but life is spiritual, okay? And then even in our intimate times, we look to be servants of each other, and we serve each other. She ministers to me, and I minister to her.
Well, at the end of the day, when it comes to the balance, I would say we actually do have a balance. The reason I say that is we make a decision that we don't allow our ministry life, because it is our life, to affect our private life. Let's say it like that. Our private ministry.
Our public ministry don't affect our
private ministry.
Listen, we can fuss about something like, girl, like yesterday. Yesterday, she was late
because I couldn't put on my shoes.
I don't know what
I
you
couldn't,
were doing.
Honey.
I don't know.
I couldn't bend down to put on my shoes. He walked right past me to the platform.
What's up, brother?
I couldn't put on my in-ears. He walked right past me to the platform.
Well,
I couldn't put my jacket on. He walked right past me to the platform.
Well, we got a whole team. She has.
I'm not about to ask nobody
coaches.
to put my shoes on and put my jacket on and put my ears on me.
Well, you should have asked me.
But you walked past me like you didn't see me moving slow.
I didn't.
So it's okay. But we weren't upset. So I just kind of let that.
I was upset. In our public ministry yesterday, I was very upset. She came up there at 8:01, smiling like it ain't nothing wrong.
Right, because I knew I couldn't move any faster, and I wasn't about to let the devil mess me up.
But guess what? That was at church. When we got home, it's Sunday. Sunday fun day. We minister to each other in private.
Shut it
our
up,
private
Tony.
ministry and our public have nothing to do with it. Habashe. They have nothing to do with each other when it comes to that. All right.
You make my heart race. That is crazy. What the world?
What do couples usually wait too long? What do couples usually wait too long to address? I don't know.
Most times everything, to be honest. Most times people wait too long to address everything. That's why it turns into an issue in your relationship, because you sit around and you let thoughts fester, you mad, you angry.
Chantel, this is by far the best podcast we've done in podcasting.
You know,
but we're going to keep it rolling.
You allow things to happen and you don't say anything about it. Like, you know what? I've been telling Tony since we first got married, you can open the door for me. You can carry my bag. And it doesn't matter. But so I don't let it fester. I want to be a princess. I want to be treated like one.
Reggie, when you let your wife have it, what do you say to her? Sometimes I look at my wife when she's laying there.
Tony, what is going on with you today?
In a coma. And I say, listen, you just got served.
What?
Ministry is servitude.
Oh, gosh.
I served her.
Anyway,
I'm responding to Reggie. He said that's what they call it. Minister to each other.
Yes, that's what we call it, I guess.
For fun.
No, we don't go to bed angry at all. Matter of fact, we don't go to dinner angry. We don't go to the next moment angry. We have this agreement, and we don't do it because we allowed it to happen to us one time in our marriage. one time. And we made an agreement after that one time, and that was probably around year 12 or 13.
Reggie said you don't want to know. Yeah, let's leave
that where it's at.
Crazy talk for me.
12 or 13. So around 12 or 13 years, we had a little thing, a little disagreement, and we allowed
Colton,
it to.
better open up that door for your wife, brother.
All right.
It makes life easier.
While he's telling you, he's telling himself. He's doing good though. He's been doing off and on a little bit better. So
I'm trying, guys. I forget. Because when we go somewhere, my mind is focused on, I think, like 10 steps ahead most times. And I have to, like, hardwire into my brain that one of the steps is to open up the door for my wife.
No.
Because it's like, okay, get out the truck, grab my bag, get to the door, put in the code, get to the thing, load my laptop, make sure everything is synced, make sure the interface, like, it's always, those things be on my mind. And
it could be the grocery store. You have to think. You have to think. Let me get my princess out the car.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my queen.
And then
let me help her down.
Like subconsciously, I think though, Clareta, in all fairness, on my end, I'm not trying to defend myself, and I'm not trying to defend the fact that I do a horrible job. Listen, guys, I do a horrible job at opening up. If there is one thing that I fail at as a husband, that's opening the door for my wife.
Helping me down the stairs.
in or out the car.
Helping me out the house. Walking me on snow.
Here's the thing.
But I love him.
And I helped you.
You just did it the other day. But I'm talking because I was literally about to fall over. But again, I was in that much pain on Sunday.
It's never never a time where she said, honey, can you help me? And I'm like, you got it? No, I'll go help. But it's not the first thing on my mind.
Exactly.
Like, let me go. It's snow. Let me go help. Like, that's not it. And that's bad.
It's bad, but he's doing better.
I will say, now that we're talking this out, this is now turned into a
therapy session. Hello,
marriage therapy. Now that we're talking this out, Clareta, I'm thinking that in the way I'm wired, like if something ain't jiving with my plan, then it just erased from the books. And what you do often, you're late.
Well, I've been doing good lately.
You take your sweet time. You get out the truck. Like
wait a minute.
I drive most times, so she have all the time to get everything she needs. Guys, listen, wait.
I gotta ask you
to gather her things. She's well aware of where we are in the process of the destination we're going to. Usually, we're using navigation, and it has ETA.
I got my hand
10
raised,
minutes.
so y'all know when it's my turn. I'm going to ask my question.
And she waits, guys. She waits until we arrive, and I turn the car off to start moving and gathering and picking up. And she is the ultimate bag lady. She has a bag and then stuff in her arm still to carry outside of her bag. She's special. So she has a lot of things that she do need help with, but she takes her time and she's slow and she's late and she hold me up. So subconsciously, I'm thinking that I just like write her off. I'm like, okay, she on her own. I got to get to doing what I'm doing. And I think that's a lot of the times why that happens. But go ahead. Chantel says I'm hollering.
There hasn't been a time since you stated it's been at least a month that every time we pull up, definitely to the church, I am done with my makeup, and I show you that I'm done with my makeup,
honey,
and you still
you realize we've been married 26 years.
I'm just telling you, I've gotten better.
What's 12 times?
I want to see how consistent are you with the door versus how consistent I've been in this last month with my makeup.
Honey,
I want you to catch up. You
I've
get a catch up ministry.
I've opened up the door.
You get you a catch up.
Let's keep going.
You get you a catch up ministry. You get it now. In Jesus' name.
I agree.
Amen.
We do couples usually wait too long to address
everything.
Everything. Okay. What is the best way to keep your marriage strong with kids and ministry?
keep it. Oof. Okay, I just did oof again. Sorry.
You got an oof ministry. So one of the things that I will say, in Clareta, and I thought this was a little excessive, but the more children we had, and as time went along, I saw the value in it. Clareta never allows children to sleep with us. She never allowed children in our bed. Like, they can sleep or watch a movie, and as soon as they fall asleep, get up, go to bed, bedtime. She don't allow them. She keeps that space.
Just keep
separate.
a boundary, yeah.
Yeah, keep a boundary there. That's one thing that we do. But go ahead, Ree.
The question, can you give me the full question again?
Yeah. What is the best way to keep your marriage strong with kids and ministry?
Yeah, for sure is having a boundary with your children when it comes to your relationship, your personal and private space, which some people see that as an issue. They like co-sleeping and all that.
What's up, Kev?
Personally,
Kevin's waving.
I feel like, this is how we've kept our personal space with our children. They understand that. They know that when mommy and daddy go in their room, unless they have their door open, you don't just walk in. You knock. We're not allowed to stay in their room. We're not allowed to just go and hang out in there like it's common area. And then also our bed, I'm like, you can watch a movie with us, but you can't fall asleep here. Mm-hmm. So I keep that. And then when it comes to ministry, honestly, I don't like to. I'm a person which it seems a little weird, but when it comes to ministry, I believe involving your children in ministry is the key. Not letting them be flies on the wall as you minister, because they begin to resent ministry. They begin to resent the time you spend at church. They feel as if it's a punishment. It's an intrusion into our personal or into our family, or it's punishment.
So the solution for that is
how I would say that the number one key to keeping children engaged is to ensure that they're involved. Make them a part of that ministry system. Give them something to do, to be a part. Let them feel like they're sold in. Let them buy in. Because if you can't minister to the point to where your children feel involved, you're probably not a good minister. Mm-hmm. You're probably not anointed to do this if your children are not interested in what you do.
One of the greatest compliments, especially, in our travels and in us just doing life and us going through different seasons of our life, one of the greatest compliments was from our children, who said, "Can y'all just start a church? Because, when you all were pastoring, that was like the best church experience."
Right.
Which meant to us is that we did something right.
That's right.
I'm not saying we get it right all the time.
Right.
But that we did do right, and that we have found to be very successful when it comes to keeping the family strong, okay, with kids and ministry. But the question was, what's the best way to keep your marriage strong?
Oh, well, our marriage is strong because of the balance we keep between our children and ourselves, and the balance we have with our ministry. So it makes for a strong marriage.
So, okay. So when we were actually lead pastors, what was something, Clareta, that I would make sure that I did to make sure we created a system of balance between public ministry, our marriage, and then family life?
Okay, so Sunday dinners were non-negotiable. You weren't allowed to go out and hang out with friends or do anything else on Sunday. That was our time as a family.
Yep.
And then also vacation time was
go.
always scheduled, and nobody could say, and we tried not to bring people along. If we did, it was somebody that we feel like is family, even though they're a part of the ministry, so that it would never feel as if they had to split their lives or split their time with us.
And Ethan is a great kid. Thanks, Kev. I appreciate that. He's very involved in ministry. As a matter of fact, our last trip with Pastor John just last week, he was he got into taking photos. We bought him a camera for, was it his birthday?
Mm-hmm.
A 4K camera for his birthday, and he's with the other little girl, Miss Summer, and I think her last Summer Hutchins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Phil.
He sent me a picture.
Yeah.
I gotta show you.
And so they were going and taking photos, and he doing his thing. And Anthony, he actually works for the ministry now, but that's what he started out doing, exactly what Ethan was doing.
Right.
So get your kids in the ministry, man.
It'll make for a strong family and a strong marriage.
And strong marriage. And then again, everything is strong when you base it from the Word of God, you know?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, though, Ethan was crying yesterday.
Okay.
Because he asked me, for a woman become, can he sing with Portal? And I said, well, Ethan, I prefer that you like work with registration or even help with photos or something like that, because I don't know if you're yet ready for that. And he just breaks down crying. But Slavic's daughter was singing on the worship team and the revival. And he went to crying. And I'm like, Ethan, he said, Mom, you were always singing on the church choir. You showed me videos your dad let you sing when you were 5 with the grown-ups.
Yeah, our parents ain't had no direction.
I said, well,
them old parents, listen.
That's where we learned
era,
it, you know.
Listen, if you grew up in the era where you were 20 years old and you looked 40, you didn't know what you were doing. That era, it was the wild, wild west when it came to parenthood. Mm-hmm. They just let everything go. Mm-hmm. Things are a little more sophisticated now. So I'll have a talk.
So I said, well, let's just work. Let's think about registration or photos. Let's see. I'll let you handle that.
Oh, you didn't know Anthony's name, Kev? I thought you knew Anthony. Yeah, that's that's our oldest son. All right, awesome. Okay, so this next question says, what can we do better as a couple to be physically disciplined?
So you want to challenge yourselves as a couple to be more disciplined physically, like in exercise and taking care of yourselves.
Or taking care of each other.
No, not that. I think they're talking about physical discipline.
My father said everything in life boils down to 2 things: money and sex.
But your daddy was fascinated with money and sex.
Oh. Yeah.
He was infatuated with it. So we want to talk about physical dedication. And I would say it's going to be a challenge to make a decision. But my suggestion would be to write it down. I'm telling you, I know it sounds so crazy and simple, but make a commitment by writing it down. Because when you write things down, they begin to play out properly. And you have a commitment level that comes to writing it down. So I would suggest that you sit down together and you plan out the things that you want to do physically to be more disciplined. So if it's going to the gym or changing your
we're done.
Changing your diet or whatever that is, start with baby steps. Now I wouldn't suggest that you somebody keeps calling. I wouldn't suggest that you go for it. Like, we're going to get memberships and we're going to do 6 days in the gym, and things like that. What I would suggest is that you start with 1 day a week. We're going to go to the gym together. Mm-hmm. We're going to spend 15 minutes being consistent.
Because maybe that's too much energy. Like, go to the mall or
let's go
walk around the neighborhood and then let that graduate to the gym. Because my wife just told me, she just I'm ready to, after yesterday, first of all, y'all pray for us because the joy of the Lord is my strength. This is the day that the Lord has made. I'm going to choose forcefully to rejoice and be glad in it, because yesterday was 72 degrees.
Yeah.
Today is snow outside here in Pittsburgh, and I'm
Right.
not happy.
Right.
So when it comes to those types of things, and my wife just told me, like, okay, I'll come to grips with the fact, if the gym equipment not in my house, I'm not going to the gym.
That's true.
And
Especially being
wanna-
in Pittsburgh.
and
It's not
I
happening.
I want to go to the gym. I need to go to the gym to do something. Because when I'm at home, I see my big, beautiful bed. She bought us the most wonderful mattress ever, and I love it. And I want to go get in the bed or watch a movie or play video games or something like that. So, I have to go to the gym. With her not wanting to go to the gym and publicly confessing to me that she's not going to no gym. We got to figure out a happy medium, especially being here in Pittsburgh. So once the weather breaks, we're going to start taking walks, and then I'll go to the gym, because I have my son Anthony who's going to the gym almost every day, basically every day. So I'll do the walks with her. I'm going to have to just discipline myself to do it, and then get up and go to the gym with Anthony, and I'll be doubly physically fit, and all will be well in the world of Tony Jackson.
Yeah, but I would say write it down and start with baby steps, and go from there. You know, don't overextend yourselves while you're trying to build something, because then you're just gonna quit. And because I can tell you, I've done that, and it just doesn't work. And then now you're both upset because you haven't completed what you thought we were going to complete it, and then you just give up and you don't do it anymore. You got another question?
Yep, 2 more. If your marriage had a theme song, what would it be?
What's the song we was doing? It's Marriage Monday. Marriage Monday. Marriage Monday. Marriage Monday. I don't know. That I think I like what we were doing with Marriage Monday. But I would say we're still here, and it's by the grace of God. I am still here. It's by the grace of God.
It's definitely by the grace of God.
But it's beautiful. So it's also the song that I sang at our wedding is
I believe in you and me.
Yes. I believe that we will be in love eternally. I love that song. And I believe that Tony and I believe in us. I believe that we have what it takes to go the long haul. I believe that from the beginning. I believe it more every day. The older we get and the longer we're together, I know that I believe in us. So I believe in you and me would technically be the song, because it's the one I sang at our wedding. That would be our theme song. And I just believe that we're going to last. And I believe that God is going to give us a grace. It's nothing that we have to really put a lot of work into, to be honest, because we've come to the place to where we're like, I would say coasting, but
it's easy. Like, okay, so let's this wasn't a question, or maybe it was, and I just didn't think to answer it this way then. But Clareta, a lot of our big fallouts were based on our intent being misrepresented.
True.
Whether it was you or myself, it was just a big misunderstanding on how you truly felt about it and how I truly felt about it, or a misunderstanding about our responses to a certain situation. For instance, my wife has learned that I am at our house, in our household, it finally just clicked for her. She put 2 and 2 together. Like, I've watched this man and his family during family dinners debate over the dumbest stuff for hours. It wasn't always Bible. As a matter of fact, most times it wasn't Bible. It was just, is Kevin Hart a part of the Illuminati? And is that how
some of the dumbest debates I've ever heard in my life?
The dumbest stuff. And I'm talking about, we spent hours that we should have had back of our days debating about dumb stuff like that. So, and that's embedded in us. Like, we're defenders, we're challengers. We should have been a family of lawyers, but we ended up being preachers.
Right. The next best thing.
Right. So she came to the conclusion that Tony, when he responds, and it may seems like he's fussing, or it may seems as if he's being combative, but he's not. It's just that's just the way he communicates. So once I'm done, all right, come on, let's get some ice cream.
Once he get his thought out, just let him get his thought out, and then just be like, okay, what we eat.
And it's the same thing. Like, and then Clareta, what I had to come to the conclusion of, and realize that the fact that she grew up, it was just her and her mom in a house full of testosterone-driven men.
Mm-hmm.
Clarence Haddon.
Because my sister was gone like right away when I was
Gerald Haddon.
when I turned 8. She was
Dietrich
gone.
Haddon. Yeah. David Haddon. Like, listen, she was surrounded by men. It was just her and her little mama around all these strong men, right?
Yeah.
So her thing is, she didn't want to be suppressed. She wanted to be heard. She didn't want to be made to feel like less than, or some dumb little female whose opinion didn't matter.
Right. Weak and
yeah.
Yeah. You don't matter. Yeah.
So again, I had to just let her get her point out.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
True.
And not only that, make her feel as though, even though I may not agree, that her point actually matters.
Yes.
Or I agree with her point, because her point always matters, but that I agree with her point, because she
well,
she
even if
right.
he doesn't agree with my point, if he just hears my point out, and then like let's discuss my point, even if if he ends with, well, I'm not 100% on board with your point, but I hear what you're saying, and I don't even know if he realized that when he says that, I feel better. But it's the truth. If he goes, yeah, like I get it. I know what you're saying. I hear you. Mm-hmm. I know, you know what, babe? I'm listening to you. You matter. Your thought matters.
That's the secret.
But at the end of the day, I think we should do this, because we just had a big conversation. I'm talking about a big, strong conversation, and I asked him, listen, I agree. I disagree with what you would like to do.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm asking you that, because I'm not gonna fight you, because that's gonna have a spirit of disagreement in our house.
Diane, you didn't know that?
What?
She said Dietrich Haddon is Clareta's brother.
Oh yeah. So if we're gonna disagree, right? If we're gonna disagree, we're gonna agree to disagree. I don't agree with your decision, but I'm willing, because I'm your wife and I'm not a disrespectful and disobedient wife. I'm gonna roll with your decision. Here's what I came up with to bring me peace through your decision, and how I'm going to make it through it. So, but I'm asking you this: will you commit to what I'm asking to do once we finish what you're asking to do, what you asking me to do? Mm-hmm. And I said, shake my hand on it, or do we need to write it down and make a covenant? Well, either way, my point was heard, his point was heard, and we came to a what do you call it?
A mutual agreement.
A mutual agreement.
At the end of the day, we're gonna do what I want to do. She's gonna be a good wife and submit to my leadership. Mm. But I have to say, she is spoiled, because I've always allowed her to have her way.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, wherever she want to go, whatever she want to do, whatever she want to eat, that's what we do. So she want pillows on the bed. We got a bunch.
He hates my 32 pillows, but he just lays there.
So, yeah, Diane, that's funny. She says, "No, I do." But yeah, so that's basically it, man. All right, so
that's all the questions, or we got one more?
Last one, and this was the last question, but I switched them because this is a great question to wrap up the podcast.
Okay.
What is the secret to Pastor Tony and Clareta's joy, and were you always this joyful? I'll start with the answer to the latter part of the question. No, we weren't always this joyful.
Yeah, definitely not. No. So the secret to our joy, I'm going to say Tony was the secret to mine, because he helped me to see how blessed I am. He helped me see life in it from a different perspective, because I was not a joyful person, because I always looked at how things were going wrong, how things didn't work. I was a heavy loaded, like he was talking about, feeling suppressed, feeling unheard, ignored, purposeless, and it came from me never voicing the encounter with God that I had at 5. Like Pastor Jonathan talks about how he went and told his parents that he had this encounter and that this angel told him who he is and what he's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I never told my parents what I saw. I never told them that this angel presented itself to me and gave me an assignment and told me what I was going to do. And so because of that, I was constantly trying to push myself into positions and tell them, I got this, I can do this, and prove who I am without them having an understanding. And so I felt so out of place that it made me an unhappy, sad, depressed, very frustrated person. And I got a chance to go to his house. And what's crazy is we knew each other all of our lives. We spent time together. We spent holidays together. And I didn't understand why Tony and his brothers were always so happy. We did vacations together. They would laugh and run and play. And guess where I was at? In the hotel room in the corner, coloring in a book or reading. And they running around the hotel, swimming and jumping and playing in the arcades. And I didn't.
Cannonball.
I didn't come out the room. He would come over to the house and he would be like, this girl's weird. She never comes out of her room. So when we started dating and I got a chance to go around his family, like in a more intimate setting, and it just, we weren't seeing each other at church or around each other on a family vacation where it was like the kids eat over there and the adults eat over here, it was a different setting. And so I got a chance to see what they were so happy about. And why was their family so joyful? What was all the laughing about? Why? How can y'all? And I didn't understand how they could debate like so strongly and then hug each other and laugh at the end of the debate. Our family was not like that. It was like, if you disagree with me, now you're the enemy for the next 6 years. You know what I'm saying? You're of the devil and God ain't using you. So it took time to come into a place where I could be joyful all the time. And then an encounter with God after Tony and I were married, and he helped me, he had me cry and all that other stuff that we talked about at Rings and Things. I had a supernatural encounter with God. And he especially after our second stillborn. And I was praying every day and doing the supernatural childbirth book. And I never forget, there was a moment where I began to speak about joy over the child in my womb. And I'm like, I don't know how this child is going to be joyful. I'm not very joyful. I got to get it together. I'm asking God to give this child joy and happiness and everything, and I don't have it. And I'm telling you, just being around my husband, spending time with the Lord, getting in the Word, and recognizing that I was so far from joy, it completely changed my life.
First of all, this question is funny to me. They said, what is the secret to Pastor Tony and Clareta's? Like, you guys see Clareta most times on platform, and she is joyful. That was a process, and it's something that God helped her with and learning to walk in. Because, but I'm more of a goofball, I guess, privately than Clareta. She's silly too, but I'm just over the top. You know what I mean? I'm always laughing. I want to see people laughing. Like our team meetings, they'll tell you like, Pastor Tony is just too much. Like, so, but then when you guys see me on camera, I'm so focused, and I was laughing at myself the other day watching back a stream. And I was just so focused in my focused face. I look like I'm ready to kill somebody.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I always look very
You know what I
soft
mean?
and gentle, but
So
I know
this
you're
question is
I know
funny
you're
to
soft
me.
and gentle, but everybody can't
But
tell.
I am, guys. I actually am joyful. I'm a great guy. I don't smack people for fun. I promise you I don't, even though that's the way I look on camera most times. I'm a very nice guy.
So I would say our joy really does come from the Lord, and just learning to enjoy what God has blessed us with. We learn to literally walk out whatever place we're in, understanding that God is with us. He has our back. We're never going down. Like that takes a place of joy. That gives you joy. But like, no matter what, because even when we couldn't afford $400 rent, we had a ball.
Oh my God.
We would have
We had
so
the
much
best time.
fun. I mean, making up recipes from ghetto
Ramen noodles and stir fry.
we had
From
so
Aldi.
much fun. Like, we're like, today is Coney Island night. Today is Taco Bell, and we're the Taco Bell because we can't go to Taco Bell, but we're gonna make Taco Bell. We're gonna be Coney Island.
So
we had a
we just
ball.
always made it work, and then we lived in this little people shooting outside. But our Clareta had a way of making every place we lived an oasis. When you got into that door, you just felt like, okay, I'm shut off from the entire world,
Yeah.
and I'm safe. This is our safe place. So we always had a movie room or space, no matter where we lived,
No matter how small.
no matter how small the house was. We actually took a 3-bedroom home and made one of the bedrooms our movie room. That's so funny. And I'm talking about a small bed, like
Tiny.
800 square foot home, something like that.
We had a theater. And I'm looking forward to doing that again. Where we are
says
now,
ours
I
was
created
tuna
a rules.
casserole. Amen. We used to make some tuna casserole.
Oh yes,
Kevin, that was our thing. Oh, I guess that's the survival.
it is a survival meal.
But so for joy for me, the secret to my joy is always celebrating the wins, no matter how big or small they are.
Yeah.
If I lost a half of a pound, ooh, the scale is lower today. Or if it's more, I'm a little bloated today. Look at God. I'm healthy. You know what I mean? Like,
Find joy in everything.
It's a decision, a conscious decision that you have to make. You can see the negative side of everything, or you can see the positive sides of things. Like, for instance, we have no food in our refrigerator, right? Right now, this moment. Not that we don't have money
We
to
just
go
haven't
get
had a
groceries,
chance to go to the store.
but we don't have any food in our refrigerator. But guess what? The bright side is the power went. We can say, man, we ain't got no groceries in here. What's going on around here?
That was crazy.
What are you doing? Or I can be like, thank God we ain't had no food in our refrigerator because the power went out while we were out of town.
Yeah, and it was out for 4 days.
It was out for 4 days, and the house could be stinking, and I could have a whole slew of food that we purchased that now I have to now throw away and deal with the stink and all that good stuff. So just find
joy
in everything. You know? That's the way I do it.
I'm talking about right now. I like, you know what? We're going to be home. I get to redecorate. I get to, I get to go back to school.
Diane, no one loves watching themselves. I definitely don't like watching myself, but I have to. It's a part of our the protocol for our job, and to make sure the stream is good and things are copacetic and looking well for you guys. And but yeah, it is tough to watch, but you have to do it. But that's how you grow. That's how you grow. We are our own worst critics most times, and at least we're the ones that we got to live with ourselves 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you may see a comment, and that comment is gone. That you scroll up, and that comment is gone.
Yeah.
But when it's you see it, and it's you, and you got to deal with it 24/7. So
yeah. I was saying finding joy in our change too.
Yeah, find joy even in that. Like, oh my gosh, my hair was out of place.
Now I'm learning to find joy because I gotta get delivered, y'all. I haven't found joy in the Pittsburgh weather or the look.
Thanks, Rick.
But God is helping me.
I'm gonna put that up. Rick said, "You're the best. You too." I agree with you, Rick.
Thank you.
I feel that we're all right, but I feel also and very strongly that you and Julie are even better.
Hey, that's right. So I was a little, Tony said, baby, you got to look at it. You get to be home. You get to make sure your house is actually clean. You don't have to like go in the house frustrated and close your eyes because it's clothes everywhere in piles because we haven't had a chance to wash between the next city. You get to, and then I had a great meeting today. I get to go back to school. I only have a few credits left to finish up my earned doctorate in theology. And then I'm going into the PhD program and I'll be finishing that up. And if I do my work on time, y'all, I should be done with my PhD by August. But if not, it'll take a little longer and I'll get it next year. Yeah. But, my goal is to get it all done. I have to write some papers and some things, but I'm going to get them done because I'm excited. I get to be home and do that and also get to teach another class at my alma mater. So
Woodruff.
Got a lot going on. We're going to be teaching at the School of Worship. So it's a lot. And we're grateful and we find joy in every single step. We got our next, someone asked me today, when is your next outreach? Well, the next one right now is July. Mm-hmm. So July 25th, we'll have Love Fest Sanford, Florida, which I don't think we have a graphic for it, right? Mm-hmm. Love Fest Sanford will be doing a really big, this one is going to be big, a big outreach in Sanford, Florida. You all need to make sure. We're
partnering with Pastor Carolyn Walker.
Yes.
Get an awesome woman of God.
If you can, to Sanford, Florida. We're going to partner again with Pastor Carolyn Walker, and it's going to be amazing. We're expecting a lot of people to come out to this event. There's going to be a lot of people who give their lives to the Lord. The location is Fort Millen Park, and that's 600 East 1st Street, Sanford, Florida, 32771. And you can scan that QR code to register if you want to attend. If you want to serve, be a part of the ministers or those that help us pray for people, those that help us do soul intake, help us give out gifts, whatever it is you want to serve and do, go to blueflamelive.com. On our website, you'll see on the About page down at the bottom, there's a spot to volunteer. Click volunteer. Fill out that form that says, I want to volunteer. Put Love Fest Sanford as the event you want to volunteer for and submit that, and we'll have our team call you right away.
Awesome. Hey, check this out. This is how Sanford actually came about from this outreach, this Love Fest in Lakeland, Florida. Check this out. I want to give you an opportunity to give Jesus the chance to be the resource that you need today. Loves me. He takes care of me. He chose me. He allowed his son to come to the earth and die for me. I don't need man's provision. I'll take God's provision, Alex, for 500. What an amazing time that was.
It was amazing. So really, it was.
So we're expecting, man, over we're believing God for 3,000 people actually. So it should be great. All right. So salvation, Reed.
If you don't know the Lord and you've been watching this, I'm telling you what, if you have the Lord in your life, your marriage will be better. If you make Jesus Lord of your life, and he will give you the peace, the grace, and everything you need to make your marriage beautiful. So you just need to pray this prayer. It's very simple. Just say, Father, Heavenly Father, I'm a sinner in need of salvation. I ask you to forgive me for my sins. Make me new. I believe and I confess that Jesus lived, he died, and he rose again on the third day for the remission or removal of all of my sins. I ask that same Jesus to come into my heart, be the Lord of my life, make me new. From this day forward, I confess and I believe that I'm saved. I'm saved. Thank God I'm saved.
Amen.
In Jesus' name, amen. If you just prayed that prayer, I want you to go to blueflamelive.com. Let us know you prayed it so we can get this gift to you. So you have to fill out the form. Click the button that says, I just got saved. We want to get a gift to you. We want to be able to connect with you, communicate with you, and get you this gift as well. So make sure you push that button. Let us know you prayed the prayer, and we'll be so excited to be able to connect with you and get that gift to you. For those of you who are already saved and you want to know more about what's going on here at Blue Flame Live, we have a few other things we need to show you. I know we talked about it at the beginning. We have a Love That Lasts. Again, that is for those of you that would like to sow a seed into the ministry today, you will get a copy of that book. I want you to know that this book has already been getting great testimonies. People have been sending in and calling and saying, wow, this book, I wish I had this book before I got married. But the fact that it has marriage applications, so we're going to begin to apply these things to our relationship. And I know it's going to change. I'm telling you, this book is important. So if you sow today, we're going to send it to you as a thank you. You can go to blueflamelive.com. We have Zelle. We have PayPal. We have on there, you can use Google Pay, Apple Pay, as well as your debit or credit card right there on the website. And if you'd like to write a check, you can make it payable to Blue Flame Ministries. That's P.O. Box 974, Coraopolis, PA 15108. Again, Blue Flame Ministries, P.O. Box 974, Coraopolis, PA 15108. Thank you so much for your giving. Again, we're going to get that gift to you if you sow today and you claim your offer. That's the thing most people don't do. They sow and then don't claim their offer. So we'd like you to claim your offer so that you can actually get your book sent to you. Go on over there to the website, click claim offer. Kevin, I know your book will be coming this week. I saw that. It'll be coming over this week. So get excited. You'll get it this week. Thank you so much for your giving. Is there anything else we talked about the cruise, and I don't know if we have a graphic or a video, but we do have the cruise coming up. So there's about another week or two left. You have until March 30th to get your deposit in to cruise with us for Rings and Things 2027. If you want to go with us, we make everything free. Everything we do, Rings and Things MPA is free. All of our conferences and things we do are free. But to go on the Royal Caribbean, unfortunately, right now, it is not free, but it will be in the future. But for now, you can go and put a deposit down. You need to do that by March 30th in order to get into the group rate that we have available. If you make your arrangements after March 30th, you will not be able to have that group rate, but we still would love you to go with us. But you go ahead and register right at our website, blueflamelive.com. Click on that cruise event, register there, and one of our team members will reach out to you and get your deposit taken care of. We are excited to be able to take couples with us. People have been registering, sending in their deposits, and it's going to be a great event. I'm so excited about this. Last thing we want to show you before we go is we have a conference coming up in September. If you're not a part of the Woman Becomes Sisterhood, that's probably why you don't know about it, but it's all good. You can join us on the sisterhood, and it's totally free to join the sisterhood. You can come on. I deal with all of the ladies daily, every morning through videos and daily chats. We message, I should say. I send out task assignments, encouraging things for women to do. So you need, in order for them to reach their purpose and destiny. We don't just give you inspiration words every day and there's no steps to accomplishing what you're trying to accomplish. 3 of the ladies celebrated big milestones this week. So we celebrated that today inside of our group, Sisterhood. And so if you want to be a part of that, you want to see change happen in your life daily as a woman, reaching goals and producing fruit as a woman, we'd love to have you in that group. It's totally free. Scan that QR code or just go to the website, click Woman Become Sisterhood, and join.
You can scan the QR code to join. So try to use your phone or someone else's phone to get the information, or go to blueflamelive.com.
Yes.
And,
click. You can join it right there from the what do you call that? The header at the top where there's all the things, the home button and all that. There's a Woman Become Sisterhood button right there on the website on blueflamelive.com. You can join right there. Last thing we're going to show you is the Woman Become Conference. You don't want to miss this, because we're not just having a conference, y'all. This is the time of impartation. This is the time of commissioning. Many of the women coming here are coming, and they're going to be commissioned into the thing that God has called them to do. They've been working with me in the Woman Become Sisterhood, and they are working towards the goals of building what they're building for God and doing what they've been called to do, taking steps every week towards producing whatever that is. At the conference, we are going to commission you, and there will be laying on of hands, an impartation, commissioning into your vision, into the ministry, into the business. The commissioning will happen right there at Woman Become, and you don't want to miss it. So if you want to be a part of that, the information is right here on the screen, and then we have a commercial that we can show you. So the Woman Become is happening in September. Watch this.
Anoint me again. Anoint me afresh. I don't want to live off of stale encounters anymore. I don't want to live off of stale showbread. I need the oil again.
Revelation is in my belly. Sight beyond sight. Possibilities beyond possibilities. Revelation is going to drop inside of you. We koba.
God is the healer. He is a miracle worker. He loves you and loves me, and he's working behind the scenes on our behalf.
I'm telling you today, something's going to activate in your life, because when we know who we are, we understand the assignment. I'm going to be the one that helps people discover their life, occupy that space, and shine bright.
The women of God that are coming to this conference to minister to you, to impart into you, to commission you into your purpose, you don't want to miss. We have high class, high class ministers that are so anointed and powerful in what they do. And you don't want to miss this conference in Las Vegas, Nevada. All you got to do is get there, because it's free to get in. There's no charge to get into the room. There's no charge for the snacks, no charge for the water, no charge for none of that. We're going to get together, and all you have to do is get your flight and get your hotel and make it to the conference. We can't wait to see you there. Go to blueflamelive.com and register right there on the website for the conference. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And join the sisterhood if you want to start making steps towards getting commissioned at that event. We want to be able to commission you into your purpose at that event. So you don't want to have to get there and be like, oh, I didn't know about it. Now you got to wait till next year to get commissioned. You don't want to do that. So come on and join the sisterhood so that you can be one of those that are being called to the front to be commissioned into purpose at Woman Become. We love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We look forward to seeing you on Thursday night, same time, same place, same channel. Anything you want to say, Tony?
Thanks for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Just remember this. With Jesus, you can and you will shine bright and win. God bless. See you Thursday.